If UF*CK around with us, Trump launches intense threat to Iran on Rush Limbaugh's show. If he is able to rant for 2 hours, I guess he is feeling better. Then again he could be roided up with a nasal cannula. If cuss words demonstrated power, I was in charge of everything when I stubbed my toe trying to put up Halloween decorations earlier. I listened to about an hour of this before I gave up, glad I missed this part lol. He and Rush talking together was pretty unbearable. So Trump wants to flirt with Iran now, how fucking see-through he is. Let's find the tweets for this. November 29, 2011. In order to get elected, Barack Obama will start a war with Iran. https://twitter.com/realdonaldtrump/status/14160455485582540 s=19. October 9, 2012. Now that Obama's poll numbers are in tailspin, watch for him to launch a strike in Libya or Iran. He is desperate. https://twitter.com/realdonaldtrump/status/2557845609047736333 s=19. October 22, 2012. Don't let Obama play the Iran card in order to start a war in order to get elected. Be careful, Republicans. https://twitter.com/realdonaldtrump/status/26042115720178483 s=19. As usual, the projection is strong with this one. So strong, in fact, that he was projecting this before he ever even ran for his first term. This is definitely six-dimensional time-traveling outer space upside-down whale polo projection. In the same interview he also abruptly reversed his stance on a second coronavirus stimulus package. Days ago he abruptly cut off all negotiations until after the election is over, is now saying he wants a bigger stimulus than either Republicans or Democrats are suggesting. The man is in all likelihood very ill with corona, on who knows how many kinds of medications approved and experimental alike, and more or less cut off from the only good things in his life, his adoring crowds. An upcoming rally had to be cancelled because he can't travel. His world is falling apart, but he's still sitting on the nuclear throne until at least January regardless of the election results. It's not outrageous to wonder if he'll try to take the rest of the planet down with him. Trump's gonna try and start a war to stay in office, isn't he? War in the Middle East, boys. It's never been tried before by a Republican president. We're breaking new ground. Just in case anyone is keeping score, if Trump actually attacked Iran, he would be the third consecutive Republican president to initiate conflict in the Middle East. I recall conservative Adam Carolla explaining that he could remember when he was allowed to swear and where he could not. On his podcast, fine. On radio, no. People would ask him how he was able to control it on the radio. His answer: I'm not a sociopath. He is legit roid raging. Hey, you remember a few years ago when Obama wore a_tan suit_ and the GOP absolutely lost its shit about how he was disgracing the office of president? I swear, he could walk into a press conference bare-ass naked, with a hooker on one arm and a needle sticking out of the other, and McConnell and Graham would still call him the classiest man to ever hold the office. If it were anyone else dropping an F-bomb a couple of weeks before the election, their election chances would be completely ruined. Sadly, this is what we've come to expect from Trump, and it'll likely be forgotten in the next 24 hours. There are some situations you can't just bully your way through. Trump has yet to understand that. This man doesn't have the temperament to run a McDonald's, let alone the most powerful nation on earth. Two shitty old white fat fucks on drugs show. Is this the first time that a sitting president's been recorded dropping an F-bomb in a public context? I know for sure there are things like taped phone calls and whatnot for other presidents, but those are all private. LOL, imagine if Obama had dropped an F-bomb on TV? Especially one aimed at another country? Oh, but Iran is just brown people, so this is totally okay behavior from a political leader /s. We are going to do what? Spend another 10 trillion bombing another country to shit and creating another generation of people who hate the United States. And /r/conservative will insist that the stamina he displayed to. Asterisk checks notes. Asterisk freestyle bitch for 2 hours is somehow indicative of his immaculate health. Rush Limbaugh is still alive. Oh, fuck off, Donnie. Go catch your breath. That old fuck is sure enjoying those steroids. US, fuck your nuclear deal. Iran. US, assassinates foreign military official. Iran. US, if you fuck around with US. Iran. At some point you gotta realize you've definitely become the asshole. Please don't start a war before you're voted out. In other words, Trump has no fucking idea what he is doing, side effects of the drugs he is on, or he is really getting desperate as we approach the election. Seriously need to take the football away from this madman. No sarcasm. White House docs need to give him something to calm him the fuck down. His medicine is exacerbating all of his worst qualities. It's only a matter of time until he does or says something everyone is gonna regret. Get him under control. Now. As an Australian, I repeatedly hear from travelers I know that Iranians are the friendliest people in the world. I also have friends that immigrated from Iran who are lovely, and their hearts are breaking because of the difficulties their families are having during COVID in Iran. They both know people who have died. Meanwhile, Trump is threatening a war that will not hurt him or those he disagrees with, just a whole lot of innocent Iranians and Americans forced to fight in between. Now is the time to help each other. This orange disgrace needs to be out of politics as soon as possible. Never forget that the role of a party is to filter out bad leaders for office, and the Republicans did not take that role at all seriously. World, we are truly sorry. We know he is an absolute cancer who does not belong anywhere near public policy, much less in the White House. We're going to correct our mistake in November. Rips up Iran nuclear deal without any forethought, because Obama comes within a hair of starting a war with Iran. Lures Iranian general into Iraq under false pretenses and has him assassinated, drawing ire of international community. Tells Iran not to fuck with us or else. Sounds like the guy warning Iran not to be aggressive, is the one being the aggressor. Really amazing how this behavior is the new norm. Such a strong man, threatening a third world country. Next time, threaten Botswana. Or Burundi. Hallmark of a schoolyard bully. What a failure. Yeah, Trump is a way bigger threat to America than Iran at this point. Can someone stop this madman before he starts a war? I'm sorry, the rest of the world, our president is a clown. This lunatic is desperate to start a fight with Iran to get re-elected. He literally crippled Iran's economy by blocking all its banks from international transactions, making it impossible for the country to buy food and medicine badly needed in the time of a deadly pandemic. He is a criminal and trying to force Iran into a position that they have nothing to lose than fight. And the transition to Eric Cartman is complete. What about how Putin has been interfering in Western democracies and elections and paying bounties on US soldiers, and Trump just says you think we're so innocent or some shit like that? Who the fuck cares about Iran? They aren't doing anything. He's not able or willing to take the fight that actually should happen. Incompetent fucking loser. Nobody would even know his name if he was born poor. Follow the money. 3 billionaires paved way for Trump's Iran deal withdrawal. https://labalog.com/3 billionaires paved way for Trump's Iran deal withdrawal. Adelson says Obama should fire atomic weapon at Iran, not negotiate. http://Mondo Weiss. net/2013/10/Adelson nuclear negotiate. Pandering for donors and the Jewish vote. We're gonna do things to you that have never been done before. Are we talking butt stuff here? Amazing how Iran is always a threat before an election. Impeccable timing.